Okay, so on the TV in the background is a paused Full Monty, a movie that Yvonne's never seen that I enjoyed in the 90s. And I needed a little bit of a break from playoff hockey. I've got the score updating on my phone, so if the Oilers win tonight and I'm not watching, Oilers fans will petition to remove the hockey guy from witnessing any of their games because I'm a jinx. Uh, you know, stranger things have happened. I've considered myself a jinx for less. Wow, St. Louis, eh? An overtime win, and now a game winner with 2 minutes left, and they're up 2-0 going home. And Montreal avoids going 2-0 to New York. I still think New York's going to win the series. There was a lot of talk in Montreal, or at least from Montreal fans that I saw. And I heard it at work too, where there's a lot of chirping like, oh, we got the Rangers, this is going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Never assume any series is going to be easy. Usually the sweeps are the ones that just catch you out of nowhere. It's like, oh, that was a sweep. And it usually starts sort of like what St. Louis has done to Minnesota, where a team goes into the other team's barn and goes up 2-0 going home. Then they win the third, and then all of a sudden, holy crap, it's over. Pittsburgh, rolling. Just rolling. They're 14 wins away from the Stanley Cup. Just rolling. Start of the year, I should have just said, Pittsburgh's going to win again. Because I got a funny feeling that the Penguins... I'm not even watching the Penguins because I know they're going to win. There's no tension in a Pittsburgh game so far in the playoffs. It's just been, well, Pittsburgh wins. So there's that. Now, for tomorrow's games, because I'm doing this thing where we say who's going to win and by how much. And it's interesting, after night one, I did the night one scores. Let me go ahead and read. There were a couple that got 6 points. Mitchell Lee got 6 points, and GJ got 6 points. Nobody got 9, though. And 9 would have been very impressive because that would have meant you're calling who wins and by how much in all 3 games. So tomorrow, Boston's in Ottawa. That game starts at noon my time, 3 o'clock Eastern. Let me know who's going to win that one. I think Ottawa wins that one. Can't see Boston going up 2-0. I will do the greatest shipping up to Boston happy dance. Why is shipping up to Boston playing in other cities? It's a song about shipping up to, like, just the fact Boston's in the title, I wouldn't have thought other teams would be playing it, and yet they are playing it in almost every arena. It's weird to me. Toronto and Washington, you know what? I'll say Toronto gets the split. I'll say Toronto wins that one tomorrow. Nashville's in Chicago. Oh, geez. Chicago's in trouble. Chicago has to win that game, so I'll take Chicago. Calgary's in Anaheim. You know what? It was close in Game 1. This game will probably start at about 1 o'clock a.m. tomorrow night. The anthem will take 4 hours. But I think Calgary's going to win tomorrow night. I think the 28-game winless streak in Anaheim is broken tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that one. But in terms of where the series are at, right now, yeah, so Montreal's tied their series, and St. Louis and Pittsburgh are up 2-0. And Edmonton right now, as I'm recording this, is up 1-0 on San Jose. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm very impressed with the playoffs so far. And as much as I'm not a Montreal fan, and anybody watching my live reaction go, he really doesn't like Montreal, I give them full credit for the win tonight, and they dominated that overtime, and they deserved that win. So whether I like them or dislike them, doesn't matter. They absolutely deserved that win. St. Louis, on the other hand, in getting up 2-0 in their series, the hockey gods like St. Louis right now. And St. Louis is not known as a team that is favored by the hockey gods over the years. This is their 50th season. They've never won a Stanley Cup, obviously. And the hockey gods have usually frowned upon them. So it looks like this year is a good year to be a St. Louis fan. Now, just going crazy here. If St. Louis knocks out Minnesota, and right now it looks like that's probably going to happen, if Nashville can pull off this insane upset over Chicago, or Chicago loses in the first round again, which would be horrendous for Chicago, only because this would be the second year in a row, and they're really good in the regular season. So what do you tear down? Their goaltending's good. They've got lots of depth. They've got a very good blue line. What are you tearing down? What do you have to fix? So, if that happens, St. Louis could definitely get to that Final Four again. I could see St. Louis knocking out Nashville and getting to that Final Four, which is insane, considering where they were when they fired Ken Hitchcock and where they are now. So I'll be interested to know what you guys have to think or have to say in the comments below. I don't know if this is going to be my last video for the night. It could be. It might be. It may be. But I'm not sure. But I will leave a comment on this video. Leave a reply to the comment on who's going to win the games tomorrow that I just named off, those 4 games, and by how many goals. And if you name the winner, you get a point. If you name by how many goals, you get 2 more points. So we'll see how that turns out. And tomorrow, when I figure out, I think I need to get this on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier.
And then we'll do the updates from there. And of course, for people who are wagering on this every day, you're going to see your points either go up, or you're going to rethink your strategy in terms of who you're wagering on. Because it's funny, there are some that have been very close. The one thing I'll say is the Rangers 1 goal, St. Louis 1 goal, Pittsburgh 3. It seems like most playoff games so far are 1-goal affairs, and I don't know that that's going to change. They mentioned on Bob McCown today that there's very little to choose between these teams. They're all 1-goal wins, and that's probably how it's going to be through the whole playoffs. There haven't been any empty netters to speak of, really, other than, New York last night. But compared to the regular season, where it seemed like there were empty netters all the time, this time it seems like teams, when they pull the goalie, actually have a strategy. There's a strategy other than, let's just throw a 6th guy over the boards and see what happens. Oh, look, the puck's in our net. It's frustrating to watch hockey when that happens, because the idea of playing that 6th attacker, it used to have a point. There used to be a set play that a team would run. And now it's just throw the guy on the ice. And now that it's playoffs, there seems to be that set play again. So I'm not sure why they do it so much during the regular season. It's baffling and bewildering to me. Mm-hmm. And you guys can let me know what you think about that in the comments below as well. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. I tried to make sure there was non-playoff related stuff. And I'm going to start talking about some of the teams on this board that are not in the playoffs. Because I don't want to be neglecting teams that aren't in the playoffs right now, because there's some interesting stuff going on, and I, should look at rosters, and we can discuss what needs to be fixed and what doesn't to get the teams that were out of the playoffs back into the playoffs. So, again, I will get into that in the coming days. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all again soon.